I have been living in Estonia for 8 years now. By this time, I have received more than 100 different messages from many different people who want to come to Estonia. Well, the only reason for them to come to Estonia is nothing related to Estonia. It's everything related to them leaving their country and Estonia being the most easiest and most convenient option to them available at the moment. It seems that many of these people who want to come have already made up their mind that they would like to leave and come to Estonia, and anything positive about Estonia just reinforces that. And I am not really blaming you because I was exactly the same. I wanted to leave my own country precisely because I was not satisfied. I thought that I had hit a ceiling with my talent. I was unsatisfied with my job. I was unsatisfied with the society and everything else around me, and I felt that coming to Estonia a liberation and a form of independence. But it has only been after living here for 8 years that I realized the core reason why anybody should come to Estonia. Now, this reason might not be suitable for you because majority of the people, I would say almost 99.9% of the people, don't really have a choice. Because let's be honest here, if you had a choice between Estonia, US, Canada, Germany, and all these big countries where you are able to speak your native tongue, English, for example, where you have a lot of people who are from the same place where you are, who are a lot more rich, pay more well, which have a lot of similar expats from your country living here, you would probably never think about coming to this country. Because everything about Estonia that is commercialized or marketed, you can find something or the other in other various different countries as well. I mean, Estonia has awesome, great nature, very peaceful, but you can find the same in Scandinavia, in Finland, and all these other countries as well. Estonia has a great digital e-governance. All the things that you want to do can be done on the internet, and I can tell that not many countries come close to it, but for example, Korea is one really good example where internet is really proliferated. In the 8 years that I've been living in Estonia, however, there is one thing I couldn't really find anywhere else. I have been to many other countries, the countries that I just quoted as well, including the United States. And this one thing, in order to understand, we have to understand the history of the country. Estonia has been in occupation for the majority of its history. When it gained independence in the early 20th century, it was then occupied by Soviet Union. Only in 1991 it formally regained its independence. So it has been almost 30 years since this country has gained independence. In the life of countries, of civilizations, 30 years is not even a drop. I mean, 30 years does not mean anything. Pakistan has been independent for more than 70 years. The US, hundreds of years. Here is where this core idea about coming to Estonia and the real benefit comes into play. Estonia is young. It is still figuring out its identity. It's still figuring out a place in the world. And the best thing about this place right now is that you can, if you come here, you can really reinvent yourself. If you look at the people who come to Estonia and who only want to stay here for just a little while, but who end up having families here, having kids here, settling here for a very long time, even though they have a choice that they can back to any other prosperous country, it's exactly the same thing, that when they come here, they see that they don't have to be a part of a specific norm, a specific archetype, a specific stereotype, which makes them to choose anything that they would want to be. This is extremely scary, but it's a huge opportunity as well. When you come to Estonia, especially in the early days when I came to Estonia in 2013, there was hardly any community here about, for example, Pakistanis or mainly expats. It was still burgeoning, it was still budding, it was still a seed about that was just popping right out of the ground. And this means that you could choose whoever you want to be. What kind of profession do you want to do? What kind of hobbies do you want to have? Nobody around you will ask you or question you or criticize you. Okay, oh, you are from Pakistan, and you are learning dancing. Isn't dancing haram in Pakistan? Isn't it forbidden? So, I mean, it's these kind of small things that make you feel that, okay, Estonia is a kind of a place where you could reinvent yourself completely. You could build yourself from ground up. It's extremely scary, but at the same time, it gives you the kind of liberation and independence that you could have nowhere else. I kind of feel that it's the early days when United States gained its independence and people from all over the world went there and they found a place there for themselves. I don't think this is anywhere else in the world right now. I know I might be very, very wrong. This is the core, the minuscule advantage that you could have when you come to Estonia. Everything else you can find everywhere else in the world. Now, why do I say that it's running out? Because Estonia in the past 10 years have grown a lot. I mean, there is a huge expat community here. Many people are coming here from South Asian countries. I get requests from people every day from Pakistan, from India, from Sri Lanka, and all these countries where people are coming non-stop to the unicorns that Estonia is hiring, and it's fast turning into a metropolitan country. But still, I would say there is a little window that if you feel that you want to reinvent yourself, this is the place that you can come if you have a lot of choice in the world. If you don't have a choice, then again, the only thing you can do is reassure yourself with my previous videos. I hope it gave some answers to why I have been in Estonia for so long, because I think everything else you can find anywhere else, but this little part, it made me realize and it made me reinvent myself. In the time that I've come to Estonia, I have learned drumming. I found out that I didn't like it, so I gave it up. I learned guitar. I found out that I didn't like it, so I gave it up as well. I learned dancing. I really loved it, so I continued with it. I learned writing. I started my own small writing business. I started YouTube, and I have been so fortunate that I was able to come to this country and find a very difficult place to live that made me reinvent myself and see what I was really capable of. If you want to find yourself, you want to see what talents, what seeds of wisdom are buried inside you, then you should choose a place which really challenges you, and Estonia is that place right now, at least for a few years. Thank you for watching. Please watch my Life in Estonia playlist if you are new here. If you want to visit Estonia, you can reach out to me on LinkedIn or Instagram if you want any specific advice on something. Thank you and have a lovely day.